How you doing, everybody? My name is Alan Sherlock, and I'm here to give my feedback. Hi, everybody. My name is Alan Sherlock, and I'm here to give my feedback on this week's assignment with the three different scenarios. The first scenario was the Big Time Brewing Company created several employee resource groups in the past 3 years, including a group for their gay and lesbian, bisexual, and transgender questioning employees. Big Time Brewing would now like to evaluate the impact of the employee resource group. So, employee resource groups develop and execute initiatives that align with the company's diversity and inclusion strategy and support member development. So, these are the factors that I feel are important in this scenario. So, to evaluate this, I would have to look at the structure of the group. Is it meeting the company's diverse strategies? First part would be membership growing. Is the membership team growing? I mean, that would be one way to measure the how many people are involved in this group. Recruitment and retention, I think, is going to be huge in here because with the associate resource groups, they, partner with universities and they partner with the community. And, are we attracting, more skilled employees that are in this group itself? Retention, are we losing associates because of this group, whether it be, non-believers in it or people that are just not being respectful towards it. How you can measure that is looking at the morale in the company to see if everybody's on board with it. Training. Is the group actually giving training? Is it promoting education throughout the company? Letting everybody be aware of what they've got going in their group, what events they have planned, etc. And mainly, is it identifying opportunities to help my company? Is it going to, how's it going to affect my profitability? Is it helping us out? So success or failure may vary depending on these measurements. I see a lot of companies where when they do their associate resource groups, it actually improves these types of measures, which in sense is why people have the groups. Number two, the Greater Smartville School District conducts several mandatory diversity training events each year for staff, teachers, and administrators. The training has a hefty price for the school district and budgets are tight. The school districts need to justify the ongoing expense of diversity training. So the first question here is, what is the return on the investment for the school district? What is the organizational commitments for how many discrimination complaints is the school district getting? This could really weigh in on, how many lawsuits and stuff are they getting. So if you actually think about the training, is it really making sense because of the affirmative action lawsuits and race lawsuits? Um, Discrimination complaints. You're going to have people who are saying, my kid's not getting enough attention, or my kid is not on a team because of this or that. I think that the school district really needs to weigh in on these type of complaints that they have, and administrators, teachers, they need to know how to handle situations like this and how to balance, making sure everybody's being treated fairly. The demographics may play a part on whether this training is needed. If you live in a community that's say 95% Asian, would you really need to have diversity training? You know, focus on all the other diverse groups. If it's strictly one group, then you may not need this training. So, as far as success or failure, I believe that this is definitely success. I think everybody, no matter, to be honest with you, whether if it is 95% Asian or I still think with the way our world is now, that diversity training is needed so we can relay this off onto our children. Okay? The third one is the eWidget company is developing a supplier diversity program whereby it will make purchases from companies owned by non-dominant groups. eWidget needs a plan to evaluate this emerging supplier diversity group. So I take it back to this week's reading. It talked about data collection is key to effective diverse management. So to create a new program, you're going to need to collect a lot of different data. The main ones that I feel that is going to be needed is that you need to research the non-dominant groups that you're seeking and check out their diverse strategy and see if it matches your own. Um, you know, Another major one is you don't want to keep your suppliers to and keeping one favored. If you're trying to start a diversity supplier group, then you want to make it diverse and you want to go to every individual, try and cover all different diverse groups. If you stick to one, pretty much it's not going to work for you. Um, I also feel that this is going to be a failure. Um, because I think you need to focus on your own diverse strategy and make sure you've got going there. If you were looking at it from a money standpoint and going after the non-dominant groups because you maybe might help your bottom line a little more, and I'd save you some money, I can understand that. But as far as diverse and an inclusive culture for that, I don't believe that going after one or two specific suppliers is going to make that happen. Once again, my name is Alan Sherlock, and this was my feedback on the three different scenarios for this week's assignment.